So we're gonna kind of have a cold open-ish with for Cal here. So here we go. So Cal, and this would have been Hellas as well. So both of you guys, we start we begin by you awakening. You feel breeze, not a breeze, but like a fast wind, and the loud noise of the wind kind of wakes you up, but it's not. You don't wake up quickly, as you are definitely coming out of some kind of state, whether magical or just physical. You're very slow to gather your surroundings, but as you start to move your fingers around, still not able to open your eyes all the way, you're feeling tufts of hair in between your fingers, and if you keep
sorry. Is it soft?
It's very soft. Not just soft, but as you started to get your bearings, you started to grip a little bit, and at first you're able to, you feel it a little bit, and there's some tension, but as you start to grip to maybe start to pull yourself up to a seated position, the grip just loosens from you, and it falls out of your grip, but it doesn't disappear. It's still there, but it's just like it seems really hard to get a hold of. Once you do realize you're every waking moment you're coming more to, you press down farther, and you feel that you are on a living creature, although it is huge, and you are moving. And as you start to open your eyes, you are looking up, and you see the sky above you, and every now and then you'll see a small cloud shoot by real very quickly, but there's the ones that are farther away are moving very slowly. And again, it's very noisy, very windy.
Flying?
Yeah, so you're in the air. Around you, as you start to gain more senses, you can tell that the fur hair around you is this emerald green kind of shimmering fur, and it kind of moves in and out of it. It's kind of phasing, and all around you, you can see the sky above you, but as soon as you are able to look in your immediate surroundings, there seems to be an odd darkness and shadow all around. You can see your person, like you can tell what color the hair is, and you can tell everything that you're in daylight, but it's just an odd, creepy shadow hanging. This would have been also Hellas hearing this as well.
Can I tell what type of creature I'm on?
Make a perception check. And then Clayton, you don't really have to type it in. It's just whatever. You guys just tell me.
18.
Damn, son.
18. So you realize as you are, again, every second that you're starting to come awake and realize your surroundings, you realize that you're on something that the size can only be some kind of dragon. And it's at this moment you hear a voice near you, just behind you, before you're able to sit up. It's just up ahead. You'll feel it when we're near. You hear a distressed voice, a man's voice, and as you stir up, Cal, you and your compatriot, your comrade, Hellas, the paladin, face each other, and you are unaware, except for that you know each other. You don't know who this person is, or why you're on the back of a monster. I think.
So I know the paladin Hellas, but I don't know the person or the dragon I'm on.
Correct.
Okay.
And there's kind of if you've ever been on a plane, there's like, oh, we're going to be experiencing a little bit of turbulence, just coming up a little bit. So it's only that. So it's very turbulent, very loud, hard to hear, but you do hear the man shouting. Looks like there's a storm headed the same place we are.
Where are we going?
Whoa. He turns around, looks at you, and before you see an elven man with long hair, tied back, kind of like Legolas, to stay out of his face. He's got a longbow and a scimitar to his side, and he is nursing what you can see is a fairly large bloody stain. And I'm sorry, what'd you say? Where are we going?
Yeah, where are we going?
Oh God. Thank the gods you're alive then. We weren't sure. We've gone to bring you to the other adventuring party. The person who attacked you, they know something about him.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on him?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
And you're very close, yeah. So you guys are on. I mean, it is a very large animal you're on, but it's you're close enough. Everybody can fit 3 people. And now that you can see, you're looking right at him. You're the fur around you is kind of dancing. It's not acting like it should be, like the wind would be batting it down. It should be like pretty matted down, aerodynamic or whatever. But the hair just kind of is floating on its own sense of gravity and physics. And in addition to that, you can see who you're talking to, and if you want to focus on any particular part of the sky and you look in any particular direction, you can see what you're looking at. But it's different because it's kind of like tunnel vision, because everything around everything around what you're focusing on is just this eerie shadow.
I gotcha. So on the app I hit cast, so it activated, but it didn't show how much I healed. Do I have to hit it on the right side where it has the D8 plus 4?
Yeah, hit that.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So 11.
11.
Nice. Nice.
I noticed that he's sitting here bleeding, so I'm gonna go ahead and heal him.
Yeah, let's say he was kind of focused on what's ahead, and he's not like steering the dragon. He's just kind of like in the same place that would happen. And if you're just reaching over to do that and you don't say anything, he's like, thank you. He feels the pain. I mean, subside a little bit. You can tell he's still quite wounded, but this did seal the wound, and it has stopped the bleeding.
Okay.
We've cauterized the wound, sir.
Thank you. You and your friend, what were your names?
I go by Cal, and this is Hella.
Hellas. Hopefully he'll wake up soon. He was breathing when we got to you, but we might want to check on him. I mean, you don't have to. No, we'll assume he's breathing. He's just unconscious. Okay. Do you have any idea what that being wanted with you? Do you have any recollection of the battle?
I can't recall.
Perhaps we'll have answers when we get there. You were attacked by a being that was in company with the people we're taking you to. It's known as Il Padrino.
Fucking knew it!
But
I knew it!
And when he says Il Padrino, you hear again, sorry if I'm not selling this well, but you guys are like kind of constantly think like Atreyu, like you guys are on.
I'm imagining everything is shouting.
Yes, you guys are screaming at each other. If you could just like whisper, yeah. Yeah, you hear as soon as he says that name, the dragon that you're riding, just like an angry, and then there seems to be like a translucent green. It's alternating green and purple energy vibe emanating from the dragon as you guys are snaking your way through the skies, and the fur. When the dragon makes her groan, the fur kind of goes from being just very casual, almost like it looks like it's underwater, to it like stiffens up really, at attention, and then before going back to the underwater look. Yes, this. I'm very sorry for the loss of your other party members, and we weren't sure if the elven woman you were with got away or not, but it seems to be we know at least you two were saved, and that's good. I feel like we need to get you to the other party, and they'll have some answers, perhaps. So, and we're almost there. As you guys riding the dragon, Cal, you look forward. If you're face to face talking to him, then behind his head is kind of where you're headed. Like I'm saying head a lot. So and so to your left. So if you're looking at his face, to your left, there seems to be a thundercloud moving in, and it seems to be kind of intersecting your path. Perpendicular, as it were. Okay, there's that. Scene. We're gonna cut to.
Close.
We are cutting back to our party.
Did you say that the person who attacked them was Ilpa?
Yes.
Wait, what? Okay.
I knew it. Gryke had his feelings.
Oh.
Fucker stole my gold.
So we head. So we're cut back to the Lifferlas and Gryke and Mando and Null and the druids. We're going to not retcon, but just kind of rewind a scooch to. I think we said, and then we're gonna wait till nighttime and then do the thing. So let's rewind just a bit so that you right before that happened. Okay. So we had just finished our strategy session. Mando, Null, you guys were coming up with your tactics to infiltrate the Shrine of Savras, using Lifferlas as not a weapon, but kind of a
siege engine.
Yes, yeah. Siege engine, like more of a
mobile support unit.
Yes, more of a defense for you than a mobile support, offense unit. And then the druids were also kind of on standby, like kind of I believe it was wild shape.
Spider Force, I believe, was the plan.
Something like that, yeah. Null, were you going to kind of lead the druids, you think, on some kind of... Were you going to lead the, transformation pack initiative, and then Gryke's, he's being launched, or...
Yeah, so the idea was the druids would go ahead. I think most of us were just going to do spider, because it was easier to climb up the 20-foot tower, and then we were going to light a torch to signal where the tower was during the night. And then the rest of you would make your way through. I think Gryke was going to get launched. He was getting prepared with a shield and the whole craziness of instead of losing damage, he gains health for some reason because we broke the game.
Attachment.
So I think he was going to get launched for that.
I attached my force or I guess my what's the word? My Eldritch Cannon to Gryke, but instead of it being like a force ballista, it is a force protector.
Mm-hmm.
With like temporary hit points or something.
Yeah, let me.
For what? 10
It like cuts some of the damage in half or something.
It's a D8 plus 3 temporary hit points each round.
Nice.
Join me in my healing circle.
Yeah, so that was the basic idea. So, us Transformers could roll out and, go do that.
Roll out.
You say that because Null is actually a Transformer.
I'm basically a Transformer.
Oh, no, Daniel. So I need to get with you. I did. Oh, and Clayton, I need to give you your book back, Eberron. I have come up with a plan, and I need to clear it with you first. But I think it's cool.
Ooh.
Or I could. So, are you cool with? I can do this without spoiling. Do it without spoiling. Do it without spoiling. Are you cool with there being a Faerûn version of your origin?
I don't know.
As opposed to Eberron.
Okay, so Faerûn.
Well, that's where it gets hard not to spoil.
Okay.
So, or is his personality and being dependent on that war? That's where it would break everything. I don't want to take that away.
No, I mean, he's traveled around just trying to find himself. So I think part of the whole issue is like, what's his origin? So I never really solidified that it's from the war specifically. And everything.
Bingo, bango. We're good. We're good. This will be fun. This will. Oh dang! You got your roll 20 character sheet.
Oh, me? Yes.
No, Mando.
Yeah, I put everything in there so it all should work.
Nice. Oh, there it is. Cannon emits a burst of positive energy that grants itself. Nice. On each turn?
Each round, I can use a bonus action to emit the positive energy. So every round, it's a D8 plus 3 healing.
On your turn...
sorry, D8 plus 3 temporary hit points, not healing.
Yeah, so on your turn, every round you can activate it, and anybody within 10 feet of me gets that. Okay, nice.
It's wild. And yeah, the Phantom Menace,
I'm the way thematically it is being shown is Phantom Menace, like a bubble of bluish shield energy is pulsating around
like Borderlands turrets. With the Borderlands with their AOE. That's
so, Gryke, you guys were discussing your tactics and just about waiting for night to fall. The only thing I'm changing is as the sun's going down, there is a cloud rolling in, and thunderstorm rolling in. Not like super violent, but thundering. And everyone has shared their stories. We were at that part of our getting toward the end. We were catching up on the previous battle at Butterskull Ranch. That's hard to say a lot. Butterskull Ranch. And
it is now to be hereby known as the New Orc Utopia.
New Orc Utopia, yeah.
Yes.
The Republic of the Orcs.
New York City.
Orc New City.
In New Orc.
Moose Orkfar.
Oh, there you go.
As you guys were finishing up your plans and had just finished up your stories, there's a lull in the conversations, kind of, and everybody kind of, somebody goes off to pee or something, like somebody's just like, texting, whatever, and then off in the distance you hear kind of like a spidey sense goes off. You don't even hear anything necessarily. You just bing, look up, and you look down the trail. I won't say road. This was more of it's supposed to be like a trail. The trail, and off in the distance seems to be approaching something in the sky. And there are no 747s, so this is odd.
Okay.
Lively, Lifferlas.
Yeah, Gryke will just kind of raise his staff to point. We've got incoming. We've seen clouds have been very iffy with us recently.
Yeah, exactly.
Lift me up, Lifferlas. It's time for battle.
Mando. Get you up, and he'll do the shake thing again. And the birds kind of scatter. Yeah. So he'll kind of when he puts his. He kind of takes a stance like someone would to brace for impact, but when Lifferlas does it, like a dozen little new roots sprout from his like Achilles area and burst forth and boom, bury themselves down into the ground. Like that, like it's one thing to like root yourself, but this guy can like literally root himself. So you guys are everyone aware, and
already starting.
I know they're gonna keep coming. So as the this thing's approaching, and anybody want to? What do you guys do? Other than what do you guys do? You've alerted everybody. Everybody's on guard.
Can I take the trebuchet and start to crank it down so that it's in the firing position?
Yeah.
And request that Lifferlas place a rock upon it?
Yeah. I'll say by the time you notice it, you have about only that much time. And if everybody else wants to prepare an action, you can also do that. But it's seems to be fast approaching. And just to not because of that, but also in tandem with this approaching figure in the sky, you can hear the thunder start to rumble louder from the approaching thundercloud.
Null pulls out his scimitar and is ready to attack.
Nice.
Gryke definitely readies his Skyblinder staff to deal with any incoming hostile flying creatures to just ruin their day.
Did you say Sideblinder?
Skyblinder.
Okay, I heard thigh. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, no, this staff is broken. It's the best for flying things.
My sorcerer pulled the staff of striking for himself, and that just kind of just all badassery.
Yeah, Skyblinder staff, aka DM regret. Didn't think this through. So everybody braces. The druids. Yeah, this thing. +1 to bullshit.
Okay, flying creature. Okay.
But it's just him, so that's a saving grace.
But the thing is, it doesn't specify that it has to be flying, as long as it's a flying creature.
So something being thrown. So like a goblin being thrown.
Oh yes.
No.
Technically, they're falling.
Yeah, exactly. With style.
Falling with style.
Yeah. Right. Josh, your camera's off, and you know that.
Yeah, I'm in
okay.
the living room. So
I can put your Mando face on there. Anyway, yes. So everyone's ready for the thing in the sky, and indeed, as the thunder is rumbling in the off to the distance, as you guys look away from that, we'll look away from actually the shrine to see this intercepting creature. All you know is that it's large and it's incoming, and I'll say at this point, that last, blah, blah, blah. So you hear, it's clearly a dragon approaching you. In fact, I think Gryke and Mando, passive perception. I think Gryke, you have the highest. If anybody want to roll or just go with passive?
My passive perception is 14.
Mine's
Boom.
16.
Exactly. So if you're looking right at it. So without having to roll, it's clearly a dragon. Okay, there is a flapping happening, and it is a coming toward you. But what's odd about this is that it's optically difficult to fix on. And it's not your eyesight. Both you guys can see fine. It's just there seems to be some kind of shadow around it as it a mirage effect as it approaches you, and it gets bigger, and almost a bluish green hue, alternating blue and purple. And the reason it sticks out is because now that it's twilight, it's starting to get darker, and this is almost radiant. It's almost glowing. I wouldn't say bright, but it's it's its own source. So it approaches.
I say, Lifferlas, pretend to be just a regular tree, and I'll hide inside of you.
Gryke says for anybody that didn't notice, oh god, it's another dragon. Not another one. We barely got away from the last one.
Null just casually walks over under a tree.
You go from like scimitar out, like let's go, bitch. Like I'll just go over.
Well, I think Null's idea is more of like, well, let's see when it lands, and I could probably get a surprise attack maybe on it, but it can't swing me under this tree, right?
For sure. Okay.
I'll attempt to hide within Lifferlas.
Yes, Lifferlas, and kind of as you met Lifferlas, he was just one of the trees, and until you saw his face. So yeah, he as soon as you say that, he doesn't even respond to confirm. He just like stops moving, and all of a sudden, it's kind of like you're with somebody, or like, bro, are you awake? Like. Are you with me, man? Like he's so still that you can't tell he's even conscious anymore. So cool. Is that it? And the druids kind of Null, they looked to you and saw what you did, and they're gonna kind of emulate the same strategy and get behind these some trees over here and get ready. Number one also, whose accent changed like 4 times. I was rewatching.
Well, didn't it go from Irish to Scottish to like?
So it was funny because I was talking like this long monologue in Noom Bear-Wan's voice, and it was his story. And then at the end, he's like, "But we want to fuck him up real bad." And then Noel's like, "I like this tree." I'm like, "Damn it, was it the tree's voice?" I'm like, I was like, he thinks he's talking to the tree. Damn it! Damn it! All good. Yes. So Noom Bear-Wan, it looks like something's on the approach. It's just what we need, a dragon. Get down. We know there's been a dragon attacking different villages and tribes. Everyone away. So, not to you guys, but like his druid. So so anyway, okay. So everyone's down, and this thing
Gryke's terrible at hiding. Gryke's just now realizing that everybody else has left. He's looking around, just holding his staff ready, still like, wait a minute. Well, crap. So Gryke is just begrudgingly just kind of move a little bit.
I was gonna say it's gonna be Bridge 2.0 with the Gryke just chilling there, like I think I got it.
Gotta stand next to a rock and then just retreat into your shell.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I'm not on the road, I'm up against the tree, just kind of right there off the edge.
I'm going to not make a token for this because it wouldn't be accurate. I need her to be a certain way. So, all right. Everybody's bracing as this thing comes in. Does anyone want to tell me, like, if they're waiting on a certain thing to happen to trigger their action, or?
Well, anything anything that would seem like an attack, I would imagine Gryke's gonna be trying to blind him with the staff. So anything provoking any type of aggressive intent.
Okay. So, if this were a movie, I'd cut back to the other guys, but so, but yeah, actually, Cal, you hear your elven companion, who I don't think you asked his name, so you don't know his name, but he'll speak up. Down there, just as the path opens up to the field, land in the trees. And then, okay, and then other party, you see this thing coming down. So just for perspective, and then it lands on Job and Mr. Business and Tyrion. And oh my gosh! Oh no!
Not the carriage.
So
no, they all die for some.
Oh no!
Oh no! It's not a care package; it's a cleric package.
Not on directly on top of you, but let's say we'll half the distance. But somewhere about halfway between where you guys are and where the long rest parties are, party members. They're again. You knew it was a dragon, but now that it's closer, this is the so far, and you're on Lifferlas, Mando, who is so far the largest sentient being you've encountered. This is bigger. It comes in, and as it starts to land, each flap of its wings, just each one stirs up the not even dust, but like actual dirt. Like it's so forceful that like layers of terrain start to like it was sand. Get batted away, and the creature lands oddly softly, like it like a SpaceX rocket returning to. It's like, how did they do that? Like, how did something that was shaking the earth with its wings not even the Jurassic Park bubbles or the ripples in the cup? When it landed, all that weight, nothing. So light as a feather. So this massive creature before you. You see again green, alternating green and shades of hues of purple, flashes of light. This hair on this dragon seems to be. It looks like it's underwater almost. But obviously it's not. And the crown of this creature before you, there seems to be a giant crescent moon shape horn going from its snout back to its head, and its wings are as it stretches out to take a relaxing posture. It's wings, contract or retract. And as they do, the shadowy mystique around this being sort of that's been obscuring your view. Like if you tried to get a focus on its face, you couldn't see. But as it relaxes, it seems to, the darkness and shadow around the being seems to lower and dissipate, almost like a dimmer switch going away, and it fades as if being asked nicely. And before you is a massive dragon with opalescent scales, and again the flowing green, and every now and then it'll be flashes of purple fur before you, and you hear just a sigh. And
so as we're landing, I call out to the elven rider. Who are these people we're supposed to meet? Or where are these people we're supposed to meet? Because my ears are still ringing from being in town. I'm shouting. Still.
Who are these people? Yeah, no, you would be. Because like the ride, even though you're landing, you've been deafened pretty much by your high altitude. Yeah. So who are we meeting? Mando, Gryke, and Null. You hear a voice from who are we meeting? And a familiar voice to both parties, both Cal and Gryke and Mando and Null. A familiar voice answers, "We've come to meet the business boys. For they alone must hold the answer to the dreaded Il Padrino." Because that's where we are.
From seemingly nowhere, because Mando's hiding in a tree, you hear, "Did you say Il Padrino?"
Yeah,
that guy owes me money.
I've never trusted that one. If we're hunting him down, I'm in. Let's leave this tower for later. Let's go get him.
But we did all this prep.
It was worth it.
So with that, I'll whisper to Lifferlas to lower me down.
Yeah, he finally, after all this time, like he hasn't moved at all, and you may have been worried he was still there, but yes, he releases you down onto. And Cal, I'm trying to get your thing here. There we go. Mando, Gryke, Null, and Lifferlas, although he's me. You guys see before that, but yes, as the massive dragon relaxes, its elegant and like very muscular, like breathtaking body lowers it down elegantly, and you can see on its back are 3 passengers, one unconscious body holding a halberd, and
Holy
and then
throw him in the carriage. Throw him in the carriage with the others.
And then a familiar face, Kyvan the Grim, from your earlier when the meeting of the believers, and friend to these druids. Yes, they step down, and then
Mando calls out, "Have you come to join the fight?"
Kyvan responds. He's actually takes a step down off the dragon, steps forward, and you can tell he's still nursing a wound. He's holding his side. Seems to be nursing a wound, and his other hand, his free hand, seems to be lame, like he can't control it.
So Null just randomly appears out from the trees. Just you don't notice that Null is there until he's there.
So I'm pretty sure to all appearances it looks like a walking turtle and 2 robots are walking down the middle.
Yeah. There's no more rules. So, Kyvan takes a step forward, looking way worse than... Because you guys... What was it, yesterday you saw them?
It was like 2 days ago, because we traveled up to
That's true.
Butterskull.
So, looking way worse than you guys just saw him. Taking several hits. His elven fortitude and grace still afford him a great deal of dignity and elegance still, even though after all these brutal wounds that he's taken, and his stance indicates that. But you can tell he's holding back even more than he's letting on. Like with every step he takes forward, he's holding back a lot of pain. He calls out to answer your question. I found these. We were dispatched to check on there was an envoy. A couple of the members of the believers came under siege, and we sent a group of adventurers like yourselves to protect them, but there was a cleric that was with them that turned on the whole party. Say what?
I cautiously climbed down off the
Oh, you
dragon.
climbed down. Nice. Yeah, sorry I don't have a token.
Roll for flying off the dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, 1d6. No, I'm playing. They had a fairy cleric with them. It turned on him. This was the Il Padrino that was with this lot. That and Kaiman, not in a aggressive or accusatory tone, but he does he's stressed. He'll call out to you guys, kind of like, what is the deal with this Il Padrino? What savagery have you brought to this land?
But him or us?
Were you aware had he shown any signs of aggression when he was with you?
Was a non-combatant for the most part. With us, he would only offer healing after the fight ended, enough so that I had taken him under my employment to exclusively heal me, but he reneged on that and took my gold.
I never trusted the little thing whenever we let him out that cage.
So he's not with you still? Like with you?
I've only known the little one for a small amount of time.
No, he's not with us. He ran off.
So he was not originally part of your group?
No,
We found him on the road,
Yeah.
locked up in a cage.
Kyvan, he looks down at the ground, kind of stumbles as he turns back to look at the Hellas and Cal, and he'll turn back to you. These are strange times. Of course I believe you. We have no reason to doubt you lot for what you've done already for the people here. I found these two. These are the only remaining survivors of the group that Il Padrino was last with. I don't know what happened. Or why he turned on them, but by the time I arrived, the other members were already slain, and these two were unconscious. I arrived with Nulverim so that we will only came to investigate on other matters, but then we barely made it out alive. Or I barely made it out alive.
Did you say that's Neverwekened?
And as you ask that, the huge dragon that's behind these two guys starts to shift and squirm in her place, and the shadow that had previously dissipated kind of comes out again a little bit and emanates up. And there's a slight before, but it was odd that she'd made no sound or feeling when she made contact earlier on the ground, but now you feel a little rumble underneath your legs as the darkness engulfs the entire dragon and then starts to shrink, and then it becomes smaller than the dragon was, smaller still, smaller, and then it's approaching your size, and then finally the shadow kind of fades and twists and sort of similar to a misty step from a non-plant person, I guess, poofs away, and before you is a familiar face. Yes, your friend Neverwekened, who's also
What black magic tree is this?
her.
Mando will slowly. Mando will slowly walk up to her and give her a, take her hand and give a bow.
She'll say, "Oh, hello, boys." She'll step forward.
That didn't sound evil at all.
She'll step forward to greet you, but as she does, you can tell she stumbles a bit. She'll what's it called? She trips herself a little bit, and when she does, she like grabs her side and falls forward a little bit. So as you were going to do that, if you want to, like, it turns into more of a you're keeping her from falling down situation. She's like, "Oh, hello, boys. What's
Null walks up with blank face, not understanding, what's going on, because they thought that there was a dragon and now it's not a dragon."
Neverwekened, you're injured.
Oh, it's it's nothing. Oh. And she coughs up some blood, and it's not the volume that you would expect to come out of a medium humanoid. It's quite a bit more.
Casual fire hydrant.
Exactly, like so over. As far as like in between these trees comes forth. Oh, has anyone seen Bram Stoker's Dracula when the scene where the blood fills the whole, or The Shining, the blood just fills the whole hallway? She politely wipes her mouth. Oh no, it's fine. This is fine.
You must keep your lunch down better.
I ran into your old friend. I had a feeling something was odd about that one. Not in the least that he was from where I'm from, the Feywild, but something else. Something I sensed deep within him.
No, kind of perks his head at the whole Feywild. What is this?
Feywild, yes. Tap into an alternate. Feywild is where I'm from. That's where I was born. It's a world much like this one, a reflection of bright lights, dark shadows, one might say. But the realm I'm from, that's where also the creature, the people, Il Padrino's, your colleague Il Padrino, his people come from this realm. So I was taken aback when you first entered Orioth's cave and I saw him. I didn't want to show all my cards, but I was quite shocked that he was with you, and especially dressed the way he did and carrying that weapon. But I followed up on the Null. Do you still have that journal?
I do, certainly. Noel fumbles around and pulls it out.
Yes, there's more to this than meets the eye, I believe. I don't believe Orioth is quite finished with us yet. As I was following up on a lead to this, Kaivan signaled me that he was in distress, and we go back a long ways, Kaivan and I. So I came to assist, and by the time I arrived, these two, and she gestures to Hellas and Cal, these two were on their face. Their colleagues were butchered, either torn in half or burned like nothing I have seen it before. I've done that to people, but I haven't. They were burnt to a crisp. These two were here, and Kaivan was unconscious. Assessing quickly the battlefield, I saw where Kaivan was and that these must be his allies. I scooped them up and began to make my escape before I was grasped by what felt like several different arms pulling me back down to the ground, and almost like there was water, like I was drowning for a bit, and as I could not take flight. I was pulled back to the ground and had to assume this form again. And when I came to, there was your friend Il Padrino staring at me, but his eyes were insane, glowing with this green hue, and he floated above, but it wasn't his wings that were causing him to float. It was an eerie, otherworldly force, and I quickly transformed again to try to get away, but he and I was successful, but he was able to wound me quite a bit. I don't know what has possessed him, but it's surprisingly difficult for me to handle. I thought best it was to get these weaker ones to safety, and as we escaped, Kaivan awoke, and Kaivan, and she looks over to Kaivan. Kaivan's like, "Hey, that's why I asked her to bring me to you guys." Actually, sorry, I'm gonna change that a little bit. Not to bring it to you guys, to bring him back to. We'll call this group of druids and Lifferlas as his base party or whatever, like his group that he's in command of. So he was going back to that. You guys are a happy accident or a welcome surprise.
I mean, that's what my parents.
So
it's quite the story.
So I walk up, say thanks for saving us. My name's Cal. Y'all release this guy and he goes and kills my friends. That's what it sounds like.
No.
He was not released from us. He abandoned us.
Noel sidesteps and says, "Uh-oh, are we going to get in a fight now?"
yeah, go ahead, Cal. Describe your character.
Before we kill it.
And have your second one ready to go. Oh, that'd be hilarious. We have to tell Chase to roll a new character because you killed his unconscious buddy.
We don't trust the word of God around here. We got 2 robots and a druid. Take that religion elsewhere.
Like now he scares like shit. What do I do now?
I'm just a middle-aged white guy. I don't know how to describe.
Yes, tell us about your character.
And the little token, we get Aaron. You can change that later. I just put like a default placeholder one.
Okay. I'm not much of an attacker. I just mainly do healings.
Oh, another cleric. Says Null.
Perfect. I have just the job for you.
Do you take gold? And a contract.
Yeah, we need to do a blood pact for any new hires.
In order to get paid, you have to survive 90 days.
There's definitely a trial period.
Kyvan steps forward and again, kind of Kyvan and Neverweakened are both. The last time you saw both of them, they were like 500% better looking, like more healthy. But so
Maybe
Kyvan
because
steps
we were
forward.
more drunk back then.
That's true. That could have been.
So you're saying they're beatable now? We level up.
If I would love to see you try. That would be.
GM starts opening the character sheets.
Here we go. So Kyvan, well, it seems like both of you have been swindled by this pest, this dangerous pest. We must all be wary of. Apparently, again, like I said, I arrived on the scene. It seems like Neverweakened and I experienced very similar encounters. I arrived on the scene. Everyone was unconscious, and so did she. This is clearly I don't think he's working alone, but I can't say that I saw anything with him, so I don't.
Yeah, Null perks up and says, "Do we suspect that the Zilpa is wandering around, working with the orcs and the cults that are around?"
Maybe they're all...
Neverweakened, are you familiar with any purplish, translucent giants within the Feywild?
She'll she's moving around like she was earlier in the cave, but she's still like staggering. So it's like you get the feeling she could just stop and like not move and it wouldn't hurt, but she's just like, she's so committed to her character walking around that she's just going to bear through it. She's moving around. Translucent purple, no. We do have giants in the Feywild, though. They are the Fomorians.
We have encountered giants that seem to have been controlled by some sort of spellcaster and left via some sort of portal or plane shift spell. So you mentioning so much connection between the Feywild and these recent happenings just gives me an odd feeling.
What did you see? That the spellcaster opening up a portal. What did they look like? The purple giants, and then was the spellcaster also a purple giant, or?
No, an old frail man who seemed to be in league with the air cultists up at the Butterskull Ranch.
So she's looking off into the distance. She's thinking quickly. You can tell, like, her eye, like a rapid eye movement. She's like, putting it all together. She's like, no, I don't think I've...
All the equations flying around.
Collecting pieces of a hill giant and taking it with them through the portal.
Ah. Now that's what I couldn't understand. Okay. That's what happened at Oyar's. I had just walked in when I also saw a portal being closed. It wasn't like one of mine, and she won't say anything. You guys saw one of hers earlier when she left the cave. She opened a. She'll say, yes, this was quite different, quite large. This portal. Perhaps this was the same actors in play. Again, the mystery continues. Null, that journal. What I was looking for, it appears that there is a key to this, and it can be found at the Tower of Storms.
Which we are familiar with.
I was led to my research led me to actually back to the cave. I left there and then it sent me on a goose chase, and I went to Neverwinter at one point, following a lead which brought me back to Phandalin, which brought me then back to the cave we were already in, and I was able to uncover details that in some notes that Orioth had left behind, and apparently there's a piece to this puzzle that can only be further described at the Tower of Storms.
Then we shall. Null replies, then we shall go there.
But first, we have more pressing matters of the night. Yes.
But first, war!
To battle! Load the tree, trebuchet!
Oh, is it a fight? Are we fighting? Nuvarim steps forward.
It's a trebuchet.
I was just about to say that.
Trebuchet. The Nuvarim steps forward. Excited. She's like, oh. She gets excited in her eyes, but then as she steps forward, every step she takes, she's just hobbled, and it seems to be getting worse. I'm up for a battle, of course. You boys need help?
Falls over.
And more blood, just a ton of blood comes out and fills up like 2 personal spaces, we'll say. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'll be fine. Oh. What were you boys about to do? What have we walked in on?
What was it? An ogre goblin nest? Remember correctly?
There's an orc on top of a tower that we would like to very much kill.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't like orcs or ogres or goblins. I mean, you said your name was.
Hopefully, you're okay with a bunch of druids.
Well, it's more than that. It is those that are in league with the orcs of Talos.
That's right.
And their acolytes.
That's right. There was 2 hidden acolytes that we had to find amongst them.
The orcs of Talos.
We have agreed to assist a band of druids who have tracked them to this place, and we are going to assist them in destroying them and gaining what information can be gained. Because I believe there is a similar connection to the Tower of Storms.
Oh, well. And you there, Cal, I believe. Well, I can say, well, first of all, you're welcome. You're alive. You're welcome. Also, this group here, they are admirable. They can be trusted. So if you wish, I can leave you here, but I fear... I know I just said I could fight, but I'm not really feeling well, and I feel like I'm about to throw up, and it's going to be more than you guys can handle, and might require some deck saves. So I feel like I'm going to leave soon.
Make sure you take an at-home test.
Yes, I'm 100 years late.
Mando will touch Nuvarim's hand and say, "Are there any boons you can grant us before you leave in our fight?"
Yeah.
Maybe aim the throw up at the tower.
A drive-by flamethrowering, perhaps.
Drive-by. One thing on your way out, you know.
Cast a spell on us to aid us in our attempt.
Cast meteor swarm on the tower. Just get rid of it real quick.
My sorcerer uses Melf's minute meteors, so it's the little 6 tiny little meteors. Apparently, not many people know about the spell or use it, and I'm like, shit, I've killed a whole army with it.
She will... Yes, before I leave, I should impart to you a small gift. Everyone kind of get together, line up in like a cone shape. I will,
Cone of cold you.
Should I drag Hellas over here?
No. He goes in the carriage with the other sleeping bodies. We don't ask.
And we just have a pile of drunk people.
It's a pile of the drunk people with the cat sleeping on top. all you see of Job is a foot.
right? It's
Imagine
like mostly
him waking up and not being able to get out.
We may be the business boys, but our owner is one of those absentee owners.
figurehead. Her name alone. Okay. Nuvarim, before she's like, yes, speaking of the Feywild, I must really get back. I don't have to do this often, but I must get home to recuperate quickly. It would take me longer here on... I almost said the material plane, but isn't the Feywild also material plane? It's prime material plane. It would take me longer here than at home. I hope you understand. But yes, before I go, and right after she says that, she'll, everybody but Cal, but like before in the cave, when it was just her humanoid form, a wing will sprout forth the size, the actual size, and she'll whip down, and the wind that stirs up from her wing flap opens up a new portal. And she'll look back to you guys. Yes, before I leave, she'll impart to you what I can. I'm very low on energy. And she'll cover her face a bit, and when she pulls her hands back, it's like a smaller version of her dragon form, but it's the shadow's back in full form. So the shadows like almost emanates from her doing this, emanates from her hands and kind of cascades down her whole body. and you see a smaller version of her dragon head kind of emerge from the shadow, and just kind of, it's like a breath weapon, but it just very slowly cascades, it slowly envelops everyone in this cone, everyone here in the line, and everyone who experiences this is going to, if you look down, you notice all around you the same kind of purple and green illumination, radiance, reverberating in waves coming off of the dragon earlier is now coming off of you. And I don't know how other to say that mechanically, but it's going to give 10 temporary hit points to everyone, and advantage on charmed, advantage on
being charmed.
How do you say it? Yes.
Also, everyone's afflicted with fairy fire.
Yeah, for a minute, yeah. For like half a second. Yes,
Null just looks down. It's like, oh, okay. I'm on fire.
At first, yeah, it won't. So you feel oh my god, like Red Bull gives you wings for a minute, but the glow does dissipate, but the feeling's still there. So the you guys aren't glowing, but the benefits are still there. Oh, and I'll say for an hour, these benefits will last.
10 temp hit points.
And advantage on being charmed. What does that even mean?
It means
Like
if someone
if,
tries to charm you, you have advantage to save.
To save it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, like if it was a 13 or something, you could roll twice and.
Cool. I'm gonna go roll for water.
Oh yeah, let's do a drink break, everybody. Bathroom break. Or clap. We so Neverweakened and Kyvan were so badly injured that they were not able to join the fight. We a smoother way to relay that. So you guys didn't even ask them. Let's just say they were in such bad condition, it was obvious that they were probably just getting in the way if they were to try to help. And they're going to stay behind with Hellas, who is still unconscious. They're tending to him as you guys do your thing. Mando is cast his thing.
So just to quickly recap our plan, Null and druids were all going to wild shape to
Spiders.
infiltrate the camp, get up to the tower, unwild shape, or I guess just attack the troll while wild shaped until you're not wild shaped anymore. And upon unwild shaping, send the signal of lighting the lantern, to which Gryke was going to also kind of be sneaking up behind, and Gryke was going to attack prior to I guess once the signal is given. And
yeah, the plan was to launch Gryke with the trebuchet in shell form to really surprise him up at the top to skip the clock.
That's right, and immediately prior to launching Gryke, Mando was going to cast Jump on him.
Yeah. I've lit up a portion of it, not to just to signify, like you guys knew where it was. You had spent a whole day staring at it. The shrine.
I still can't see anything, so.
Yeah, neither can I. I can see stuff on the shared page from Mando, but I don't see it on my Roll20.
Right.
I feel like I need to reload Roll20 so it...
There it goes. I see it now.
I'm still blind. Oh, hey, there you go. Okay, so where the hell am I?
Cal.
Oh, okay, up here. Do we have all the druids around?
Yeah. So Null. I'm gonna huddle everybody around Mando. All the non-you guys'. I mean, TBH, that's probably, I mean, wouldn't you do the same, like this giant tree?
Yeah.
So, again, immediately prior to Gryke being launched, he has a protector Eldritch Cannon attached to him and has jump cast on him.
This turtle gonna be crazy.
And the second he launches, he's going to rage.
Shit. Man, Ninja Turtle over here.
Because he's angry.
Be angry.
His sleep schedule is all messed up now because all these nighttime raids, so he is mad.
Let me tell you about messed up sleep schedules.
So I'll say those aren't fully accurate. What you're looking at, the torches, that's only so that you
have something to orient towards.
Exactly, like you, yeah.
Okay, Null, you are the lead in this attack.
I go ahead and wild shape into a wolf spider. And
shit.
Yeah, so
I have something for this.
Cal's gonna
yes.
cast.
Oh, so quick! Look at that. Boom.
Cal's gonna cast Cal 3.
Ooh, bless.
Ooh, there you go. I can't control that one, so you're gonna have to.
I got it.
Okay. So what you see is this the robot itself, when it does wild shape, instead of just poof, there it is into it transforms. So parts of its mechanized body start moving into the. And now I can't see anymore, so you're gonna have to provide that again.
All right, and the. Oh, shit.
Screen, yeah, my screen's black now, so if you want to give the spider 8 eyes, please.
Yes, please. Yeah, and whenever that happens, you guys let me know, and I'll update it.
Perfect. So that happens, transforms into it, and then he asks the other druids to do the same.
I was going to ask, do you want them to all do spider, or like a variety, or?
At least one other spider, but you could do. Well, I'll ask the group. Do we want all spiders? Do we care, or do we want like a bear or something to help on the ground forces?
I guess we could. We'd probably go half and half.
Okay.
Can they all?
Well,
can they all approach stealthily in those forms?
I'm not sure about the bear.
The bear.
I don't know. I don't know how many of them are moon druids, so I don't know if they'd be able to get to a bear. They might be able to go wolf, though.
Wolves would be interesting for, like, again, the ground forces. So it could be me and one other druid. I mean, we don't need a whole 4 set of people, druids to go find the tower. It'd just be, probably me and one other druid just as backup, find the tower, light the thing, and then you could send in the wolves and then the giant tree thing.
I mean, it is an ogre.
Get
Like,
tactics going.
you don't want to attack an ogre with an insufficient force.
Well, are we attacking first? Okay. So just all spiders then, I guess.
Because hopefully everyone has more than one wild shape.
Yeah.
And
I have one additional one after this.
After the initial wild shape, we'll be able to transform into something a little more beefy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These are not. So, Gryke, you asked. So these, everybody, nobody's moon druid. Noom Bear-Wan would be the closest to that.
Okay.
I mean, he is. Oh, he is that.
Okay.
So
Blind
giant
sight, dark
wolf
vision,
spider.
yes.
Yeah.
So all of you have 60 feet of dark vision.
Yep.
That's fine.
We also have blind sight and everything too. And 40-foot climb and speed, so that's pretty nice.
It's the great thing about spiders; they don't have to roll to climb.
Nope.
All right, Null, do you see more?
I do. But I no longer. I still can't control the other spiders, but that's right. You can move those.
I think it's because I changed their name. If I had just left them, I think we'd be fine. Hold on. Because I changed them to character druid. I can make them all little nulls.
Mini-me's!
All right. You're all null. Okay. Gone. 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 Here. Here. Here.
There we go.
All the nulls. so Null partitions like a drive, like a hard drive. Cool. All
Cool.
right, Cal. Okay. Cool.
So we, us gnolls can start moving. So what is this? 5 foot? Do we have squares? What are these? 5 foot squares? 10-foot squares?
So Null, right now, I'll say your character. I can see what everybody sees. You can see a lot more than everybody else can see. They're only seeing a 10-foot radius off of Mando right now.
Right.
Like everybody, you can see a lot. So if you want to describe what you see ahead of you.
I mean, so far.
I guess I should do that. Yes, no. It's just like you have been studying all day. Everyone's been watching the shrine. You've seen every now and then you'll see kind of the tip of one of those trebuchets kind of breach the surface of the ruined wall that the north side that is there. It's not a shock. You guys knew that there was a force behind here, and sure enough, every now and then a bugbear would pop out. Several boars throughout the day at all times, kind of rummaging, foraging around the nearby areas, and just like Noom Bear-Wan described previously, it's almost indistinguishable. Like just you don't know if it's a boar or like is it a transformation situation? What's going on? But other than that, no great signs of rumbling. Nothing much to speak of throughout the day as you guys were plotting your siege. So right now, apparently, seemingly, coast is clear. Still.
Yeah. So. I'll mention back to the group that we can start moving along. Again, are these 5 foot squares is that what we're seeing here?
5 foot squares, but I'm not going to do, let's not do 30 feet. Let's do, if we could.
We're 40 feet at the moment.
I understand, for like mechanically, but like for story wise, I think, for me, if we could just kind of creep forward and inch forward that way, because otherwise the thing that's going to happen would be a shock if you were to move your full movement. Okay.
So I mentioned Amanda that well actually, can I even talk in this form?
No, that's the best part. So you're talking, but all we're hearing is weird grinding noises that faintly resemble the sound of a spider.
So we just kind of start moving slowly forward.
So yes, as the meaty tooth nails of the spider mouth coalesce against each other and make clicking noises, they start advancing.
So you see like it's a row behind of actual furry spiders with one mechanical spider in front of it.
god.
Oh,
There we
yeah,
go.
it's working. It's
Yeah,
working.
that's it right there.
Okay.
Yep.
And it won't spoil anything. Like it's fine. I have GM
There you
layer
go.
stuff.
Okay,
going on.
so the
Yeah,
light
it's perfect.
will do that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is exactly what we need.
So we're slowly inching forward.
As you inch forward, go ahead and stop there, Null. Ooh. Have you guys let me? I'm gonna scoot you back just a bit. So by the time you got to, let's see here, Null, you're in the front. You're taking the lead. You, the main spider, Null. You start to, even though you're mechanical, Null, all the other ones are like normal spiders. Even you, we'll say the equivalent of hairs on the back of your neck. As you approach, you begin to sense a kinetic energy in the air, a bit of electricity, and the tiny hairs on your skin. I know that doesn't make sense because you're a robot, but that would be there. The antennae, yes, the micro antennae, just start to perk up, and there's almost a lift in the air as you approach.
Yeah, so as that takes place, as the other group is watching us spiders move, we immediately stop at our tracks.
Okay.
Was that it, or is there can I investigate around to see what potentially is giving us that weird feeling?
Oh, sure. Roll for perception.
I'll roll for perception. I'll do it in here because it's easier. What do I perceive with this?
Because you are pretty much the epitome of mind-body connection, right? As a Warforged, you are so in tuned and tuned up to your body that these cilia, these antennae, the micro antennae that are sensing the electricity in the air and spidey sensing, almost like a Gryke earlier with the
My Peter Tingle is going on.
exactly. As you approach, as you're prowling through, you just notice it start to. You get that sense in the air, and as you enhance, like I'm assuming like your view can zoom in on things. You're seeing not beings. You're seeing not waves. I keep bulbs, bubbles of energy. Strobing in and out of vision, tiny, making their way toward you. They seem to be gravitating toward you, almost like magneticized from all directions, but specifically from the shrine. And that it seems to be growing. This feeling of not bad. It's not necessarily bad. It's just like you're being charged up almost.
My battery icon is now flicker. How about that? Okay, so we don't sense immediate danger or anything. We just perceive that there's these firefly-looking thing, bubbles out in the distance. If anyone else was to look without their special robot eyes, they would not see this just with the naked eye. This is very, very, very close inspection, marching almost, these orbs. There we go, orbs. That's the word I was looking for. Round things. Yeah. But you do sense that this is not probably natural. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Am I allowed to move ahead, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna inch forward square by square here. Just continuing forward.
Okay, so go ahead there. And so you're inching forward. What's everybody else doing, by the way, while Null, or is everybody hanging back?
Waiting for the signal.
Yeah, waiting for the
for the
signal.
signal.
Getting Gryke strapped into the trebuchet.
Please keep your hands and legs in the vehicle at all times.
That's the best part. I get to go in my shell. I'll literally be a cannonball.
No, I won't have you keep having to roll for perception. That's lame. But you let's say you kind of stay zoomed in as you're. There you go. You got 8 eyes. Just use one of them to stay zoomed in on stuff. And
just directing.
kind of. Oh, hold on. iPad's trying to update. Not the right time, iPad. All right. One of your eyes fixed on the orbs of energy earlier. Just imagine, like happy little elves, no dwarves, marching. It's a dream, but they're all marching to a destination. But you're the destination, and it keeps happening, and it's the same thing, but it's just more of it. And Gryke and Null, I'll say at this point, Null, and I didn't mean to force this on you, but like story-wise, you were zoomed in, so maybe you're not so keen as to the acceleration of the glow, but Gryke and Mando, it goes from complete darkness. I know it doesn't show that, but it's complete darkness except for the small light being emitted from Mando to and you notice the spiders had just left your presence, so it's like one robot spider and then 3 normal spiders all creep off into the distance, and this is, we'll say, waist high, kind of chest high wild grass, not any kind of agriculture or like shrubs or anything or difficult terrain, but it's just like really tall grass. So not like the cornfields, but it's shorter than that. Anyway, you can see everything, but the spiders, let's say, as they crept into this grass from where you guys were you standing by, the rustling of the grass as they disappear into it, you can still kind of see the tops of their arms breaching the line of the grass before they disappear from light, which was only very limited. Now, however, there appears to be not only a glow around them, but from a half dozen directions, all coming from the shrine's main direction, lines of coalescing orbs of energy, some tiny orbs, but as they gather, they're forming these lines, and then it becomes apparent that there's some kind of pattern happening. And I will draw that on the token layer. I'm going to freehand this. Can people see that? Yes, I can see that you see that. I have conquered all illnesses. I am a god. Here we go. Okay. Switch back. There we go. Null, now that you have 7 other eyes, so you start to notice as you're creeping forward, and I won't make you go forward anymore, but it's to the point where these things are obviously heading toward you, like they're gravitating toward. The more you move through the grass, the more they're attracted to you.
Is it just me because I'm the robot?
Sorry, everybody who's moving with you. Yeah, sorry, everybody there.
So we've got some weird thing. Okay. I wonder.
So imagine like have you ever been like take a walk on the sidewalk and you see like a really long line of ants? It's like abnormally long, like 30 feet. You're like, what the hell? Imagine that, but if they were glowing. And there's about half dozen, 6 or 8, well, for the sake of whatever, there's exactly 6 coming your way.
Oh.
And as you pause, let's say you like creep, you notice if you pause, they are still coming toward you. This energy.
Okay, so they don't stop. Okay.
Right. So at this point, you are a kind of a little glowing spider. And your friends.
Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay.
4 subtly glowing spiders. Oops, sorry. That's
and now they've been dead. Okay.
No, that was an accident.
Okay, we're gonna just continue moving forward.
Okay.
And I guess eventually what's gonna happen is they'll just collect, and I guess the idea is they'll know we're here before anything. So I guess the idea of pulling out a torch is mute at this point.
So yeah, as you inch forward, let's just say every time you move forward, now I'll say go ahead and stop there. Lifferlas, Gryke, Mando, everybody. This is the only thing that is standing out right now. There is a glow right here, and sorry, I didn't sell the scene hard enough. There is now every now and then. Ooh, I have a thing for this. So earlier, like I said, there was a storm rolling in. Every now and then, the crack of the lightning will. Oh, yes.
I don't like that. Holy. But the DM has an evil laugh.
So as the storm rolling through, yes. As everyone is preparing for battle, the spiders are all lit up, and Mando and Gryke, you are looking. Your colleagues are about halfway toward the shrine, but they are emitting a whole bunch of light now at this point.
Is that the signal?
I don't think so. They were supposed to go all the way to the tower first. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because all you can see, I'm guessing, is just it's low level on the ground still. So, yeah. Can we continue moving forward, or you got something else special for us?
So as you're, I guess nobody said they were doing this stealthily. So as you're,
it's inherently stealthy.
Was that not implied by saying we're gonna be spiders?
Yeah.
I was kidding. You're glowing. It's fine.
You're glowing. It's all right. You're not stealthy.
Quadruple
disadvantage when you're expecting.
So as you get about halfway through, Null, you and your colleagues are all glowing, and can so if druids are transformed into spiders, can they talk to other spider druids or no?
Yes, you can communicate with the creatures. So yes.
Oh hell yeah!
I don't think they'd be able to. I don't think a spider would be able to communicate with like something other than like other spiders and insects, though. Technically.
As you guys are right where you are, I'm going to change something here.
Oh, great! He's already retconning.
No. Just the. All right, Null. Sorry. As you were inching forward, through the grass, and y'all are quite large, so eye to eye with the top of this grass as you inch forward, the light emanating from your bodies, and in fact, not just from your own, but it's so bright from the three behind you that they're all together like that you actually notice the shadow of your own thorax being cast on your above your head and before you, and you notice your own shadow on the grass ahead of you, and you stop and you kind of turn around back for a second, and as this happens, the storm that has been rolling in, a crack of lightning from the thundercloud, and the first rain starts to precipitate down onto the field that you guys are crossing, and so yeah, that's the vibe we're in now.
Do water attacks get plus damage?
Ooh, I don't know. We'll play it out.
Null short circuit in the rain.
Roll a WD-40 to see if that.
IP68 rated or not.
There you go, yeah. As long as you don't break the seal, you're good.
Null, as you inch forward, the stirring. Oh, sorry. You notice hear a stirring behind, over the rain has just started, so it's quite soft right now. The wind is probably the highest noise that's been happening so far. You guys have been very stealthy on your approach, except for the glowingness of it all. And as you approach, you hear rumblings behind the walls before you, the shrine. Or the walls to the shrine, as there seems to be commotion, and you and everyone but Cal would hear a quite familiar war horn sound from 2 sessions ago.
So what'll happen is we'll hear it and stop, and then I'll communicate to the spiders with me, or the spider language, and then 2 will go this way, and the other one will go this way. So we're all kind of inching in a couple of different areas, spreading out. So again, we'll kind of just inch forward, kind of just spreading out.
Okay.
Go kind of these directions. So the idea is, we'll have a couple kind of just here, and then a couple kind of here, and what they'll do is they'll go up and then start climbing up. So hopefully we'll signal, now that we're just glowing in general, hopefully the group behind us that's waiting will see these lights just now start going up in the air. So that's the idea. Is
no, I like
just
that.
Going to utilize the glowiness that has been attracted.
No, that was a good pivot. Hell yeah.
So
I'm gonna make all of them glow so it's like more accurate. We get bright light on, what was it, 60? And then low light 50. Well, but I mean whatever. Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. Oh God, this actually works for the story. Okay, so thank you. No, thank you. Noel, you just saved this from being really contrived. We'll say that this is 20. No, oops. Let's go to this one. Here we go. This is 20 and 10. Save settings. Now you are 20 and 10. Bright light. 20. Low light. 10. Save settings. Is this doing anything?
Yeah, it's dimmer.
20. Yeah, well, that's good. 10. I'm giving everybody 20 bright, 10 dim.
Yeah, so the idea is hopefully what's taking place is as we just now split up, on the ground level, maybe he's not able to differentiate yet. We're still just one glowing blob, but maybe it looks like we're starting to split up a little bit to the tree group back there. But again, I'll move up slowly for each of them.
Perfect. Okay, let's hold there.
Okay.
Everybody else still holding?
Yeah, we gotta wait for that signal. Not much we can do.
Yeah.
Between the blowhorn and the glowing spiders.
Can I not select this? Okay, there we go. We don't need these anymore. You got those on there. Cool. All right, the glowing spiders are coming forward, and I think, yeah. All right, we're not rolling for initiative yet, but like I said, you heard the horn that you're familiar with earlier, and the tower that you guys were actually on the lookout for, the one that we were going to scale, I think it's plus 4. All right, he is going to oh shit, Jesus Christ. Okay,
I don't like that.
so just the one closest though. Which one's the real Null? With the real Null, please. Okay, the real one. So not that one. The one that is closest to that tower you guys were, I think originally going to scale. You were on the way to scale.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you knew that was where a goblin was. I'm sorry,
Orc.
An ogre.
yes,
Ogre.
the ogre and that situation was the same. And I'm just going to go ahead and bring this to the token layer. I'm not even sure if you guys can see this, but
Oh, yes.
from the top of the tower, again, you've heard the battle horn go off, and after that, the rumbling that you already heard turns into more of an organized and even more chaotic at the same time, clanging and clacking of the familiar sound of war weapons and armor and things being and machines being clanged, whatever. And as a lit up spider, not mechanical one though.
It probably would have been easier if you changed the icon for the back ones in retrospective.
Probably, yes. Is going to make an attack. Oh, did all these come out? Oh, doesn't really matter. Is going to make an attack.
Why do you have a couple? Are they like chucking boars at us? Is that why they're up there? Just be like the ogre just throwing whole boars.
It's probably another trebuchet.
So as soon as you say that,
Goblin hooker.
as soon as you say that, in the center of this shrine, there seems to be the kinetic energy, Null, that you have been feeling surmount as you approach the shrine. It is increasing. Almost like a Tesla coil as you approach the center of this thing. Uprises and you're only seeing this every now and then because of the occasional bursts of lightning from that light up the whole area, and but there from the center of the shrine levitates a huge golden disc, and it seems to be slightly spinning slowly, and it is struck by a bolt of lightning. almost like a gong sound as you hear heavy breathing behind the walls. Bum 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 oh, this is a huge gong reverberates again. And the field beneath you starts to. There's like bolts of electricity coming up. And behind the gong,
to make an appearance?
behind the gong that's levitating, there seems to be very familiar, kind of like when you Neverweakened earlier. Bum 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 bum. The shadow around her. This is also very similar. The shadow arises behind the gong, and it seems to be a magic user of some kind, and it's weaving electricity sparks between its hands and a mixture of shadow and blue mist as it's seems to be controlling the gong in some way, interacting with it, and bum 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 bum, yeah, bum 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 bum, and you hear these goblins chime in. As it seems to be, they're all chanting, and it seems to be working towards some kind of rhythmic assault that they're working toward. And yes, as it gets louder and louder, everything. The lightning strikes the gong once again. And then you hear like in a chorus of like a dozen goblins, bugbears, ogres, everyone together. And as you hear Portal Combat, and just as you hear that, there's above you on the battlefield.
I was like, are we in a musical now? Because all the goblins are singing.
I've been in a musical the whole time. Freehand. I'm gonna say about here. Here, and here. Dun 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 dun. Okay, I'll go back to the normal music, but
No,
we're not seeing anything that you just dropped onto the board.
Oh damn it! Am I on?
draw the token layer, please.
I did it again! Damn it! The magic user, which I will also mark as around
off our screen of vision.
Yeah, probably not gonna be able to see that, but I will mark it nonetheless. There it is, on the right layer and everything. Okay, all right. But aside from that, Null. Aside from the portals, nothing happened. However, yeah, the ogre is going to get one attack before we do anything. That's a +4. That was that's a natural 20. So.
Well, Null's dead.
No. It's the one that's closest.
Oh.
So it'd be what, this one?
Yes, right there. And I'm looking for my freaking Attack on Golden Fields page and can't find it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so. Oh no, I already did that. Sorry, disregard that. I don't even know if you can see that, but.
Yeah.
Disregard that. It was I had already rolled that. So he got a natural 20, the one I rolled earlier. It's fine. Keep that.
Does that mean whatever goblin was hooked is splat?
So giant spider, 14. Null. I'm gonna on this one. I'm gonna make his. Oh no! I'm gonna make his green thing 14. I'm gonna make all y'all's 14 for the giant spider HP. And you can control it after that. Okay. So he
the creatures too.
not null. Not null. So not null 1. Yes. Probably. Sorry. That would be a bludgeoning or 10. Yep. So, the goblin that is thrown through the air. Yes, you are familiar. You hear.
I am. They're not. So this spider seeing a goblin just fucking chuck through the air.
They screaming and they're going like wild screaming through the air as they're being hucked by the ogres. So you hear, right back to after the portals opened up, fire, literally the same voice as at Butterskull Ranch, the bugbear. You hear that voice again, and a pool, and you're gonna smack the not null number 1 here in the back of the head, or no, I guess the front of the face, and that is going to be 10 damage piercing to Mr. Not Null number 1. And the goblin, that's gonna take a lot of d6s of damage. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a dead goblin. That is a dead goblin. So yes, Null, your friend takes a huge hit, but is still standing on. It's still got 8 legs, and the dead goblin is swatted away.
Okay, so these are active portals.
Everyone should, I think, now roll for initiative, except for this is weird because everybody else is hanging back. So, what are you guys doing?
It's kind of late. Do we want to pause before we get into the midst of combat?
Oh, that's true. It's 11:45.